Hey everybody, how's it going today? I'm Dennis, and I have DC's greenhouse in Chandler, Oklahoma. I'm a very small little greenhouse. I grow lots of shrubs and perennials and a few veggies and stuff like that. But anyway, today I'm going to be mixing up some soil, show you how I do that. Well, we did change the direction that we were facing, didn't we? Anyway, here's what we're going to mix the soil in. I'll pull it down here so I can get to it a little easier. It's just a typical concrete mixer. It's all that it is. And I make my own soil mix. I say soilless mix maybe. It's mostly perlite. I'm sorry, it's not either. It's mostly peat moss with some pine mulch and perlite in it. And then I put some other nutrients, fertilizers in it also. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our peat moss in it, and you can see this bale is still clumped up pretty good, but it goes pretty fast when I start shredding it up. And I use just a regular metal scoop, so I'm using to break it up, and it does a pretty good job. I've got a few leaves in it because it stays outside. I keep it covered when I'm not using it. Sometimes these things you end up with stuff like this, but it's real easy. It just breaks right up. And some of it breaks up when it goes through the concrete mixer. If I had a different style of concrete mixer, it'd break up really good, but this one just rotates, and when it rotates, it doesn't really break up the soil, it just mixes it up. I have used others where it actually has paddles that go around inside the concrete mixer, and they will actually break up the soil because they pick it up and slide it around. And what I'm using here is a 2-gallon pot, and it works pretty good for the perlite and for the peat moss and the pine bark. But when it comes to the perlite's so small it wants to run through the bottom of it, so I'm probably gonna have to do something different with that later. Anyway, this is a 2-gallon pot, like I said, and I'm kind of breaking some of this up here at the top. But I use 3 of these, and I just dump it in real easy, like that. I'll go ahead and get the other 2, and you'll have to see that, and I'll be right back in just a minute. So I've got 3 2-gallon buckets of peat moss in. That didn't take long to get back, did it? Now we're going to put in some pine bark mulch, or composted pine bark. You really can't see it. It's really very fine, okay, and it's very dark also. So we put one of these pots of pine bark mulch in. Real easy. And just like that, we got our bucket of pine bark mulch. And dump it in. See how easy it is? Now here's one I don't like, because this gets everywhere because the holes in the pots are so small, or so big I should say. It sometimes has a tendency to want to run out the bottom. And we'll probably see some of that now, because for some reason this perlite that we got seems to be a little finer than what I'm used to getting. So as it runs out the bottom, see, dump that in. And yeah, I probably should be wearing a mask when I mess with that stuff, because it is dusty as it can be. You can see the dust coming out of there even. It's not that bad, but anyway, so that's the mix. The only other thing I do is I put my nutrients in it. There's some dolomitic limestone in here to adjust the pH, and some Osmocote, and a few other little things to make it nice and fertile. Okay, just dump that in. I pre-make those. Okay, and then we mix it up a little while, and I add a little bit of water into this too to help kind of hold the dust down. And you'll see lots of dust. Now get ready for loud noise. Here it comes. Oh no, somebody forgot to plug it in. So we'll do that. There's a mosquito trying to get me. I'll be right back. So through the magic of a camera, and editing, we're all hooked up to electricity. I was just thinking that electric cord I've had for going on 50 years. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Yes, I know. Anyway, here's my water, and it's just water out of this tap. Here we go. Get ready for the loud noise. See the dust coming out. Oh, my wheel's broken off. Not that much. Looks like I'll be going to Walmart today. And that's really about all I have to do. Okay, and like I say, there's a few chunks that get through, but those break up real easy. I've got the soil mixed up. It's sitting here. I'm going to run it for just a second more, just to kind of mix it just one more time, and then we'll dump it in, and you'll be able to see that. Okay, so here we go. This is what it looks like when it comes out. Nice. It's a little wet, a little wetter than I'd like it to be. And I use these cattle mineral buckets a lot for my soil. Okay, get it all in there, and we'll go like that one time, and back down there to get it all out. So that's one load of soil, and I can get about 15 1-gallon pots out of that. Those are true gallons, not trade gallons. Trade gallons are a little smaller, and they're pretty nice. I like them. I think I like the trade gallons better. And then when I pot up, I go up to at least a 2-gallon. So they get lots of room when they need it. So I'm gonna make one more load here, and then we will start potting up some stuff. So we have gotten the soil mixed up. I've already potted up a couple. I say potted up, I've filled them. And you just take and fill them up. Use the same scoop, and we'll go from there. What we've got that we're gonna pot up today are some, leave a little room for water in there, honeysuckle. And we got that a while back, and it's doing really well. It's late September. I mean late September, almost October 1st when we're doing this. These probably should have been potted up earlier, but we're going to get them done. I did notice also there's a hydrangea sleeping in there, so we'll pot it up too and take it over with the rest of the hydrangeas. That's what this is right back here, is a little hydrangea. Probably a limelight that I had from a pot, or from a set of plants, and it just didn't have very many roots on it. Well, it looks like it's starting to grow now, so maybe it's got enough roots on it it can hold itself. I think I've got over 200 hydrangeas up there right now, so we have quite a few hydrangeas, and you can see how this is going to go. I'm going to get as many of these filled up as I can, and we'll get back with you. Okay, so I've filled up quite a few pots here. Let's see, I've got probably 15 or 20 pots, but I just wanted to show you this so we can move on. Okay, these are my plants that we're going to pot up, and they look pretty good. I'll pull that guy out of there. They're starting to go through the bottom. You can see those roots. Okay, and they're in pretty wet soil, so we want to get them in something that's a little drier, make those roots go out and look for more nutrients and water. Okay, and you just stick them in. It's real easy, just like that. There's one, and here's one more, and they go, I can put them in just about that fast. Okay, makes it pretty easy. I don't know if you can see that better, but see, there's those two I've already got planted, and they just need to be watered in, and we'll take them up the hill and set them in the growing area up there. Okay, and Sometimes they stick together, sometimes they don't. But when they don't, you just use a little extra care with them. Put them in, and if they do stick together like that, they just shove right in because my soil is so soft. See there, we've potted up 5 already. And they go real easy like that. Okay, they're real easy like that. And I can pot up, you know, in an hour I can pot up 2 of these flats, which is 72 plants each. The biggest thing is mixing the soil and getting it into pots. But I can plant them up really fast once I've got that. And that's part of that hour that I'm talking about. I mean, it just takes a little while to make soil. That's all there is to it. Yes, it would be faster if I used the big box store soil, but I'm really happy with what I've got at this point, and we'll just have to figure it out. Anyway, there we go. I'll get these potted up and I'll show you how many I came up with. Well, we got to looking and we only had 22 pots total. I'm sorry, 23 pots total, 1 being a hydrangea, so that makes 22 honeysuckle and 1 hydrangea. And here, I'll make you dizzy. We're going to take them up with using a little lawnmower that I've taken the bottom off of, the lawnmower part off of it, and I use it to run around up here. I'm going to take them up the hill and we'll put them in the growing area up behind me. I think that's it on over my shoulder here, right in here. Well, that's where we're going to end it for now. We got 22 honeysuckles planted up. We made 2 loads of dirt. I'm sorry, soilless mix. Dirt, it's what I plant my stuff in. Anyway, we made 2 loads of dirt. We got 22 plants potted up. I still got about a half of a bucket of soil made, and so I can use it for other stuff. As far as in the greenhouse, it's getting late in the season, so right now I think I have a flat of, flies are biting today. I have a flat of coneflower. It's mixed colors. We'll mix up, and I say mix up, we'll pot up. And other than that, there's I think 6 or 8 hydrangeas that need to be potted up, and they'll stay in the greenhouse all winter, as they are a special deal for my sister-in-law. She brought them up, wanted me to see what I could do with them, so I did. So anyway, this is where we're going to say goodbye, and you all have a great week, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.